おはようございます。ありがとうございます。Thank you very much. Today is Easter, and happy Easter to you. And we enjoy the day. So recently, Oahu recently was visible. Oahu, island of Oahu. It's kind of 95 miles, 150 kilometers away from here. So sometimes Oahu is visible. And the first time I saw was 2011. I happened to see on the Koloa Road at the top of the hill. I saw something island. What? I'm so moved actually to see the island. Oahu. I never thought that Oahu was visible at that time. But since then, I try to find Oahu whenever I look at the ocean, especially now whale season. So every time I go to the shore, I try to look at the Oahu, but I never saw the Oahu after that. But recently, March 27, I went to Lawai Cemetery. Here, there is actually all the Japanese cemeteries and facing to the west. All gravestones facing to the west. And the west is the direction of Japan. And at the same time, the direction of west is the Pure Land. So it's very interesting that all the Japanese immigrants gravestone make it direct facing to the west, looking for the Japan. That place is also good view, very good view to the west. And then the other day, I saw the west and east. I saw the island again. Yeah, so from the top of the Lawai cemetery, I saw the Oahu. Then, kind of very clearly. So my curiosity made me move, where can I see the Oahu the best? Where to look at the Oahu? So I went to Karaheo, Kukuyorono, and Kukuyorono was also good. Then another thought, okay, from the shore, it's closer, it should be much visible. Clearly, I could see Oahu. And then I went to the shore. But I never saw Oahu again. That was very interesting. And the next day was also very clearly, that is Wednesday. I wake up in the morning. Because yesterday, I was able to see Oahu. I saw today too, the air is clear. So I tried to Hawaii Cemetery again to look for Oahu. Yes, visible. And then immediately I went to the shore again. That is Makakuena. And I tried to see, Oahu, but cannot see. Then on the next day, to the shore first. That will make sure, good morning. So from the shore, which is kind of much closer to the Oahu, and my thought, I could see Oahu, I tried. But from the shore, I couldn't see, but I went back to the Koloa Road, the top of the hill, and Oahu was clearly visible. That was very interesting. And we normal common sense think the closer we have better view, but actually sometimes, especially ocean, is like the cloud and steam, by the heat easily, and also the mirage happen, because of the clear sky and steam from the ocean. By the sun go up, it's getting warmer. So actually, it's very hard because of the mirage of the steam. I understand from the shore, difficult. But from the top of the hill, can see better perspective because mirage is not on the in the way to see. So sometimes better to, in order to see the truth, better to be far away from the reality. So this is like attachment. Buddhism, attachment is an obstacle to get enlightenment. We stick to too much, and we sometimes so close that we cannot see. But the opposite word of attachment is detachment. Detachment. So that means that far away from the trouble, then we see better view. And this very interesting Japanese word. English has also same proverb. You cannot see the wood for trees. You cannot see the wood for trees. The meaning is that you stick to looking at the tree, you cannot see the entire forest. And also Japanese has similar proverbs. Counting trees, you forget you are in the forest. Counting trees, counting numbers of trees, you stick counting numbers, and then you forget you are in the forest. And also another saying, very similar saying, is that you chasing the deer, you chasing the deer, you don't see the mountain. You know, by chasing the deer, you don't see in the mountain. You don't see the mountain. Or chasing the deer, you forget you are in the forest. Something like that. So also I saw that the English proverb nowadays, same meaning. You cannot see the city for houses. You cannot see the city for houses. So same as you cannot see the wood for trees. Then I thought about the opposite. You can, so that because the opposite is true too. You cannot see trees for the wood. You cannot see the trees for the forest. Yeah. So in the beginning, I thought, you know, total view or entire view is actually the saying actually indicate is better look than, you know, looking for the detail. So the entire view is better than detail. That is a literal understanding, but that actually not true because the opposite is true. Like you cannot see trees for the wood. That means that sometimes the detail to see the wood, you know, to see trees is very important. So this, the true meaning of this saying, both you cannot see the wood for trees, you cannot see trees for the wood, is attachment is no good. You need to be far away from attachment or preoccupied. So interesting that the saying actually continues. Preoccupied with a leaf, preoccupied with a single leaf, you won't see the tree. And then it continues. Preoccupied with a tree, you cannot see the forest. So this is talking about attachment. If you attach too much with a detail or for entirety or everything, total, you cannot see the truth. You need to be far away from the preoccupied view. That is the true meaning of the saying. So you cannot see the wood for trees. You cannot see the trees for the wood. So these are both correct. So our actually denomination talk about Nembutsu too much because Nembutsu is a good way for everybody to be born in the Pure Land. So we sometimes stick too much Nembutsu emphasis, but sometimes far away, if we see entirely Nembutsu is good, but actually to exercise is also good. Like Nembutsu for hours, chanting Namu Amidab, Namu Amidab, and you do the same position. It's actually not good for exercise. Yeah. So you stick to the single position, same position, keeps same position. But circulation of the blood may not be good. So if we see that from the totality, Nembutsu with a dance may be good. So that one we need to think about. Nembutsu chanting is good, but as for from the viewpoint of health, better health, maybe Nembutsu do for many hours no good. We need to exercise. So that kind of new vision is available we have distance from attachment. So that is very important. So interestingly, our civilization, like in the medieval, about 13th to 15th century, the great cultural movement of Renaissance happened. Yeah, Renaissance happened. And Renaissance is rediscovery of Roman and then Greek culture, rediscovery of Roman culture. So my understanding is that they try to, the civilization went to speciality, too much speciality. Then we need generality, general views. So going to the improvement of technology, we need to go back to the ancient time. Sometimes we need to go back to the original culture. Then we better great view. So which is important is not true, but both detail and general view, special and generality, they are both equally important. And what is important is that no attachment. We don't stick, we should not stick to the detail too much. We should not stick to the general thing too much. If we are free of this distance, like viewpoint, then we have closer to the truth. So once again, go back to the looking at the Oahu island of Oahu. I stick too much from the shore to try to look. Never, I never look. I needed to have a far distance. Yeah? So, but sometimes from the shore, there is more I could see whales. So there is a merit, good thing that from the shore you have another good point, and from the hill also good views, great views that we can see all. So that is today. I wanted to share the viewpoint, very viewpoint that should not attach to the one thing. So like uh, Christmas, Christmas Day, there is a guy, we actually go to the party, Christmas party, and there is a guy always say that, oh, and I say, Merry Christmas, and he says that, oh, Buddhist priest, I never heard Buddhist priest say Merry Christmas. Yeah, so that is actually, that is his kind of preoccupied, prejudice. Like Buddhist priests, they don't celebrate Merry Christmas. But actually, we do celebrate Christmas, and we are very happy that everybody is celebrating Easter, because this is the society is actually celebrating. And why not we celebrate? That is very important. Our Buddhists, we celebrate Christmas and Easter. When the society is celebrated, when they are happy, people are happy, we should be happy. That is a stance of the Buddhist. So thank you very much for coming to the service. Even though Easter, we are very happy. Okay, so thank you very much. Page 12, okay. English. The harmful actions I have done in the past are all derived from my inherent greed, anger, and division, born from my conduct, words, and thoughts. I now prepare them for Junen. Namu Amida Namu Amida Namu Amida Namu Amida. Namu Amida Namu Amida Namu Amida Namu Amida. Namu Amida Vichina Amida. Diceini, Agon Cho Sing Page 18, English. I have established as a past vows and shall without fail reach the ultimate path. If these vows are not fulfilled, may I not attain perfect enlightenment. Should I, for countless aeons, not become a great benefactor and relieve all souls in poverty and suffering, may I not attain perfect enlightenment. When I reach the first of the Buddha, my name shall resound beyond the 10 directions. Should there be a place in which it cannot be heard, may I not attain perfect enlightenment. Abandoning desire with profound right mindfulness and pure wisdom, I shall cultivate pure practice. I shall intently pursue the ultimate path to become a teacher for all celestial and human beings. Divine power radiates forth a great light that completely illuminates limitless darkness, eliminating the darkness of the three defilements to lead all beings out of suffering, opening their eyes of wisdom to extinguish the darkness of ignorance and obstructing the harmful path to provide passage to the gate of fortunate destiny. Fully endowed with all the virtues, the Buddha's majestic radiance shall shine brightly in the 10 directions, outshining the sun and the moon, and eclipsing the brilliance of the heavens. For the sake of all beings, a Buddha opens the Dharma storehouse and widely shares his treasures of virtue. Among all who have gathered,
Buddha always expounds the Dharma like a lion's roar, making offerings to all the Buddhas and becoming endowed with all roots of virtue. With a vow and wisdom perfected, Buddha becomes a hero of the three realms, like the unimpeded wisdom of a Buddha that reaches and shines upon all. I vow that the power of my birth and wisdom will be equal to yours, most venerable one. If these vows are realized, may the whole universe tremble with joy, and from the sky all the celestial beings will rain down rare and wondrous flowers. Amitabha's original vows are the essential gate to the ultimate bliss. May this merit be transferred equally to enable us to immediately attain birth in the pure. Children. Namu Amina Namu Amina Namu Amina Namu Amina. Namu Amina Namu Amina Namu Amina. Namu Amina Page 75. Page 75. Verse of awakening aspiration. Otsugamon, the verse for awakening aspiration for verse in the Pure Land, comes from the Chinese Pure Land master Shandao's King's home verse in the Pure Land. This verse is often recited as a deathbed in Jogoshu tradition in Japan. Aspire, my disciples, at the moment of death, for your minds not to be disturbed, distressed, and lose sight of your aspiration for birth in the heaven, so that your bodies and minds will be without any suffering and pain, and will be filled with joy as if entering a meditative state. With a sacred assembly before you, you will be received into the highest grade of birth in Amitabha's pure life through the original vow. After reaching the other shore, you will attain the six spiritual powers and will be able to enter the 10 realms to help and guide all those in suffering. The sky of Dharma realm is exhausted, and our aspiration should also be like this. Awaken to this aspiration and wholeheartedly take refuge in Amida Buddha. Page 24. 24. Shoyaku. The infinite light of Amida Buddha illuminates the 10 directions of the world, and all who call upon his name shall be received and never abandoned. Namu page 62. 62. Dedication of merit. I, revere the king of the great compassionate vows, Amida Buddha, the dispatcher and founder of the teachings, Shakyamuni Buddha, all the Buddhas, as many as the sons of the countries in the six directions, Kannon, Seishi, all the great Bodhisattvas, the world assemblies of ultimate bliss, the beings of the pure and great ocean, and the sweet treasures and the great compassion. May there be harmony below the heavens with the sun and the moon shining brightly. May the wind and rain be timely, and disasters and calamity not arise. May nations be bountiful, people safe, and armies and weapons not to be used. Let us revere virtue and humility and cultivate respect and humility. Our High Patriarch Gomyo, the Great Master Shanto, our founder, the Great Master Eiko, Goten, Ejo, Gogaku, Jikyo, Mensho, Wajun, Ho Nidaishi, Ho Nensho, the Second Patriarch, National Teacher, Daisho, Shoju, Shoko, Shoni, the Third Patriarch, the Recording and Meditation Master, Kishu, Yochu, Shoni, the light of transmitting the pure land of the three countries and all the great patriarchs by realizing the compassionate blessing. The founding master of a temple, the restorer, and all the priests who serve this temple with a prudent practice will achieve perfect enlightenment. My prayers to my teachers and ministers, to my father and mother, to all the temple members, donors, and all living beings with whom I have karmic connection. May all those who are living experience joy, prosperity, and longevity without limit. May those who have died escape from suffering and present to be born into the pure land. We pray for the peace and stability of our temple and for complete affinity with the past. May we be completely free of hindrances and cultivate our practice of the Buddhist path. Since the founding of this temple to all the members, the daily and monthly memorial tablets, the recently deceased, those in the intermediate stage of existence, and to all the spirits, may we cultivate virtues so that they may be enlightened. We vow here along with the virtues accumulated from this place of practice to transfer our merit to our beloved one for their happiness and achievement of enlightenment. Page 26. 26. 総願ね。願にしくどく妙のせいさいどちぼなにしおのなとく。We aspire for these merits and virtues to be equally bestowed upon all, and may we together develop the aspiration for enlightenment to achieve first in the pure land of peace and bliss. Junie. Namu Ami Namu 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 Ami Namu Chura. Sogan. Page 27. However innumerable sentient beings are, I earnestly vow to enlighten them all. However inexhaustible delusions are, I earnestly vow to extinguish them all. However immeasurable the Buddha's teachings are, I earnestly vow to comprehend them all. However incomparable enlightenment is, I earnestly vow to attain it by all means. I sincerely wish to share the blessings with all beings. Together we are born into the pure land of ultimate bliss to achieve the way of the Buddha. Sanshorai. English. May we now call upon all the Buddhas to return to their lands. We offer incense and flowers in appreciation to send them home. We ask for your compassionate guidance and protection. May those who have gone before us to encourage us to attain birth in the field.
Thank you very much. ありがとうございます。結構高いのだったんです。あわゆるしばらく。はいはい。はい。How are you? Long time. We have refreshing. Yeah. ありがとうございます。
How's the team doing?
ありがとうございます。